welcome to Life in Envelopes. I am Jennifer Bleecher. This channel is all about planning, budgeting, paying off debt, and my very exciting journey from full-time teacher to full-time Etsy shop owner and YouTuber. So if that is something that you think you would like to see, then please subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you along on this journey. In today's video, we are going to be closing out the month of March, aka the longest month of my life. Not really. But we were doing a bare bones budget this month and it was very painful for me, but it's done and I cannot wait for April to start. We did a bare bones budget so that we could get a month ahead in April. But I wanted to tell you, well, three things I want to tell you. First of all, before I forget, if you entered the last giveaway, that was a giveaway for you had a choice between $20 gift card to my Etsy shop or the mystery kit, the March mystery kit, which is no longer available in my shop. But if you were a giveaway winner, you could either do the $20 gift card or you could pick the mystery kit. So if you entered that drawing, make sure that you go back to the last video where I did that giveaway drawing, because by the time this video goes up, that winner will have been picked. Not at this moment in time, so I don't know who the winner is, otherwise I would just tell you. But by the time this video goes live, the winner will have been picked and his or her information will be pinned to the very top of that video. I always pin the winner, the announcement to the top comment. Okay, first announcement. Second announcement, I want to give a trigger warning to this video. We went negative, and I know that can be very upsetting for some people. So if that's going to be upsetting for you, then you might not want to watch this video because our budget is going to go negative. And the third thing I wanted to tell you is I don't want you to worry about us because you guys took care of us. We had one of the best months we've ever had in my Etsy shop. It was right up there with Black Friday sales this month. So when I set up the budget tomorrow, which will be in tomorrow's video, you will see that we are just fine for the upcoming month. We made plenty enough to take care of the negative amount that we went over, plus having enough to take care of the new budget for the new month. So I just want you to know that even though we went negative, we are going to be okay. Okay guys, let's jump in and see what happened. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump right in. If you are new to my channel, I do use the Budget Mom's Budget by Paycheck workbook. I do have a link to her website in the description box below. I am also using Cara Jo Plans stickers. I am a PR friend for Cara Jo, so I have a link to her Etsy shop as well as a discount code for you guys. And then finally, today's nail color is by London Town, and it is called Kissed by Rose Gold. I just love this color. I think it's a good classic color. I have a question for you guys. So I really like this nail company, and I was thinking about reaching out to them and letting them know that like I would be happy to work with them. Because you know, I do some affiliate work with different people. I usually just wait for people to approach me and then I say yes or no. I usually say no. I've talked about this before, but I have said yes to a couple different companies. But I've never approached a company myself. So I thought that might be kind of a fun thing for you guys to see what it's like, you know, how it goes for me. Does it work? Does it not work? Anyway, so if you think that I should reach out to London Town and try to become an affiliate with them, let me know in the description box below. If you guys think I should, then I will give it a try. Okay, coming to the expense tracker. So I use the expense tracker a little bit differently this week because it is covering a 2-week period. So the last 2 weeks of March. And I didn't have every budget category because let's see, so we didn't have any debt, and then I didn't do spending, savings, challenge, and sinking funds because part of our bare bones budget, those would all be 0. So I only had 4 categories. I had bills, food, gas, and miscellaneous. So I just organized it by category, and actually I really like the way this turned out. So I might be continuing to do this in the future. It was a really smooth process this way. I liked it. Anyways, okay, so let's get into the last couple of weeks and let's see where all the money went. Okay, so starting with bills. Luckily, there weren't any big surprises here. Our City of Ames bill came out, and that is power, like our electricity and our water, and it's a fixed amount because we are on what's called I think it's called budget billing, and that's where they give you an average payment throughout the year so that your payment is exactly the same every month. And then at the end of the year, if you've overpaid, they refund your money, and if you've underpaid, they tell you how much you still owe. And I really like doing that. Also, Alliant Energy, so this is just for our gas for our house, came out, and that was $113. That is a variable amount, unfortunately, and it's quite variable. Like sometimes it's $50 and sometimes it's $150. So depending on where gas prices are. Okay, that's natural gas, by the way. And then student loan was $40. I'm currently on an IDR, so that's an income-driven repayment plan. It's supposed to stop in May, so I think in June it'll go back up to its normal payment amount, so we will see when the time comes. And then finally, State Farm came out for $133. Now the amount wasn't surprising, but we usually, well, it varies. Sometimes it comes out the last week of the month, sometimes it comes out the first week of the month. So as you can see, it came out twice this month because of the 5-week period. So when I set my April budget, I won't have to pay for State Farm because it's already done. Okay, moving on to debt. There were no debt payments this week. Moving on to food. Okay, so we usually do 2 trips per week. We do a Sam's Club trip, a Fairway trip, and then I have an extra thing on here I'm going to explain to you. So the first week, we went to Sam's Club and we spent $101. So Fairway, we only spent $25. So then the following week, we went back to Sam's, and this time we spent $80, which is very good for us. Unfortunately, we did end up spending a lot more at 2 other places. Fairway, we spent $107. Okay, and then this one, so I just placed this order, was it yesterday? Yeah, I just placed this order yesterday, but it was part of this week, so it actually came out in my March budget. I was thinking it was going to be part of my April budget, and remember at the beginning of the video I told you we're doing okay for April. But anyways, it came out in March, so I'm just going to go ahead and count it in March. It'll be part of our negative, but we will take care of it in April. Anyways, I bought some food items from Amazon, just some like stockpile items that I can't get at Sam's and Fairway, and I stockpiled my pantry, basically. Those are pantry items. So that's what really took us over for food this last couple of weeks. Okay, so gas. So gas, we got gas one time and it was $32. Okay, miscellaneous. Unfortunately, we had a lot of miscellaneous expenses, and let's talk, like as you can see here, there's 12. So let's talk about them. First was Target, and it was $83, which is quite a bit of money, and I wish I could tell you what we got. And unfortunately, like I don't have my receipt. What I remember, this was a couple weeks ago, but what I remember is I went there to pick up our prescriptions, and then while I was there, I'm like, okay, we also need like deodorant and a couple like other things. We got some food items as well, but I can't remember anything else. But unfortunately, for $83, we didn't get anything like that's you know, like I can say, oh, we purchased this one big item. This is just a whole bunch of little items added together to equal $83. We had, and I just put this all together. So over this 2-week period, we had several purchases from Amazon, not including this food haul here, but so I went back and looked at it, and I thought, I was like, oh my gosh, we spent $239. And then I thought, did I buy some business expense, like buy some business supplies accidentally with the family account? No, this was all family stuff, and this was all me. It wasn't David at all. So altogether it came to $239, and I just put all of the Amazon purchases together. So what I bought, knowing that we were going to be okay in April, I went ahead and I got myself some new pajamas, something I have needed for a very long time. The last time I purchased pajamas for myself was, I want to say 7 years ago, and they were just done. I needed new pajamas. I knew I was going to have some money to work with in April. I probably should have waited, but I got excited and I ordered myself some new pajamas. I also ordered Logan a headset for his for the computer thing. So he has a headset and like it has like a microphone thing. Those are the two like big purchases, and then everything else was just little things that we needed. So there was that, and then I also made another clothing purchase for myself from Lena Bryant, and I just made this purchase yesterday. I purchased some sports bras, which is another area where I really needed something, like I needed new ones. And again, I probably should have waited on these two until we got to the month of April, but like I said, it's all going to be okay. Okay, PlayStation. So this is a game that we got for Logan. We usually just get like cheaper games, like $10 to $20. This was a more expensive game. It was a new release that he had been looking forward to for months. I want to say like 6 or 7 months. And I have been promising him that once it finally came out, I would buy it for him. So that was this week. It came out this week and we bought it this week. And then we did have a pharmacy visit. We had one prescription to pick up and it was $7. And then, so I had to take, this is interesting, it's a $2 charge for a vending machine. So I had to take my car in for the oil change. I had talked about that earlier on previous weeks. And then I ended up having to have a repair, which I'll talk about when we do our cash envelopes. So I would end up, you know, from being like a quick stop in to get my oil changed to a much longer visit. I think I was there for 3 hours, I want to say. It was super long. And I just got really hungry and thirsty. So I ended up getting myself a drink and a snack, and it was $2. Okay, then we watched my nephew's play, and that was $10 for the tickets to his play. PayPal. Oh, okay, so I had purchased, well, this was actually a little while ago because this was our final payment. You know how you can do like payments through PayPal, like they split up into 4 different payments. So this was for a pair of sandals for me for the summer, and this was the final payment for that. So it was $18, and those are paid off now. And then Staples. This is actually for the was it UPS, the UPS store inside Staples. I had to ship some things that weren't business related, so the shipping cost for that was $27. Whew. Wow, I think that's the most yellow week or weeks I've had for a very long time. Very, very long. Okay, so spending money was 0. Savings challenge was 0. And sinking funds was 0. Okay, moving on to the budget worksheet. So funny story, I usually use this erasable pen by Pilot. It's called Friction. It is in my Amazon storefront. So I went to erase this today because I wanted this to be for week 4 and 5. And it happened to be that on this particular box, I did not use the erasable pen. I couldn't erase it. So I wrote the information down here on the side. So this is actually for week 4 and 5. Okay, so we had a rollover of $787, and that was our actual amount. Okay, YouTube. I was going to use my YouTube income to help cover, like as part of my April income, now that I'm paying myself once a month at the beginning of the month. But Jacob had some emergencies. So if you're new, Jacob is my oldest son. He's recently, I think it's been a few months now, he's recently moved into his first apartment. And you know, he's just learning how to adult, basically, and he needed a little bit of help. So I took all of my YouTube money and I gave it to him to help him out. So I made $400 for that, and I want to have that on here. But I'm going to come down here to where it says Jacob, and I'm going to write 400 because it just went straight to Jacob. Going forward, Jacob and I talked about it, and in the future, when he needs money, he's going to come cut stickers for me, and I'm going to pay him. But this was kind of a different circumstance. He needed the money right away, and it was more than I would normally, you know, pay him for stickers. So it was a gift to my son. So $787 plus $400. So our income was $1187. Okay, so the City of Ames bill did come out, and it was $274. The student loan payment came out, and it was $40. Alliant Energy came out. What was Alliant? It was $113. Woohoo! It was cheaper this month than last month. That's good. State Farm, I was not planning on paying it, but it came out, and it was $133. So let's see all together how much our fixed expenses were these last couple of weeks. 274 plus 40 plus 113 plus 133. That is $560. Okay, so 1187 minus 560. That is 627. Okay, coming down here. So we spent quite a bit more on food and miscellaneous. So, and you know, giving this money to Jacob. So anyways, you'll see that that's where we're going to go, why we're going to go negative. So starting with food. So how much was the food? Let me go back and look at our spreadsheet. So food total came to $517. So, whew. So originally we were just planning on spending $90 for 1 week. We ended up doing a 2-week time period, and then we had that pantry bulk up as well. So quite a bit more on food than we originally were planning. And then for miscellaneous, $590. Is that right? Let me just go back and look real quick. I guess so. Whew, that was a lot. That's a lot of money. It's just crazy, like how quickly everything adds up. Okay, and then we did get gas, but it was not $40. It was only $32. Okay, so let's see all together where we landed with our variable expenses. $1,539. Okay, so 627 minus 1,539. So we are negative $912. Let's talk about this for just a minute. So I have this weird mental block when it comes to money, where like when I'm feeling the pinch and things are really like tight and low, I do the exact opposite of what is logical. What is logical is to like bunker down and like not spend money, right? But I don't know what it is. David and I have talked about this, but it seems like whenever our budget is low, that's when I go and I do, I don't want to say stupid, but that's when I go and I do things like getting myself pajamas, getting myself sports bras. Could these have waited till we had money? Yes. Going ahead and getting Logan's game on release day, you know. So I do beat myself up a little bit about like when I look back on it now, I'm like, oh, I should have waited till I had money for those things. It's just this weird psychological thing that I do. It's a terrible thing. I need to figure out why I do it, and I need to stop it. So anyways, but it's okay. Remember, April, we're going to be okay. I can't wait to get that set up and show you, but we are going to be, in fact, okay. Okay, so we didn't spend anything for sinking funds or extra debt, so all this is coming down to rollover of negative $912. Now, it's imperative that we take care of this immediately because the only reason why I was able to do that is we went ahead and we've done our taxes, and it turned out, I was so excited, but it turns out that I saved enough money last year to cover our business tax, our taxes. So for my business, family taxes, everything, I saved enough money. Not only did I save enough money to pay our taxes for last year, I also had enough for our first estimated quarterly payment. So all of that is taken care of. The thing is we haven't paid the taxes yet. I'm going to pay them when I get paid on the 4th, which is on Monday. Tomorrow, I'm going to pay my taxes. And in the meantime, I moved my money from my savings account over to my main account because I knew that this was a really tight month and I just want to have that cushion there. Unfortunately, I dipped into that cushion when I should not have. So the first thing we have to do is I have to pay that right away. So that's going to be our number one thing when we set up April budget. This is the number one thing that's going to get taken care of before anything else. Okay. Let's get to the closing out the budget pages at the back of the month, and we can compare this month to last month. Okay, we're going to start with where did my money go? So this month we started with a rollover of $1,404, and then our earned income. So we had David's pay, And I think that is all we did. Yeah, that's all we did for earned income. Oh wait, and then we had YouTube. So $24.92. So our earned income was $24.92. So we didn't have any other income, so we didn't add any more savings to that after the month had started. So our total monthly inflow would be these two numbers together, which is $38.96. Okay, so let's take a look at the different budget categories. So we have bills, debt, food, gas, miscellaneous, spending, savings challenge, and sinking funds. Okay, our budget for bills was $773. Our budget for debt was $1975. Our budget for food was $800. Gas was $80. Miscellaneous was $0. Spending $0. Savings challenge $0. And sinking funds $0. Okay, so let's see how much we actually spent in each of these categories, starting with bills. Okay, so I'm going to go back now and look at my keys, and I am going to add all of those categories together. Okay, so we ended up spending $900 on bills this week. The reason why this number was bigger than this is because we had State Farm come out twice. We had it come out the first week and the last week. So 900 minus 773 is 127. So to calculate percent of total monthly inflow, you take the amount that you spent, so $900, and then you divide that by the total monthly inflow, so divided by 3896, and then you multiply that times 100 to get your percentage. So it's 23%. Okay, so let's look at debt and our savings. So I messed up last month. I put the total monthly inflow here as well as here, where this is total monthly income. So our total monthly inflow was $38.96, but our income was only $24.92. Okay, so this month to debt, we paid off $14.35. Oh, I see. I made a mistake. So looking at our debt categories, I accidentally listed student loan as a bill instead of a debt. Should have been over here. But so my numbers are all off, basically. But okay, so mortgage, SUV, and student loan. Those are the debt payments that we made this month. So let me fix this. Let's get those numbers down and then we can fix that percentage there. So mortgage, we paid $13.17 to that. SUV, we paid $118. And student loan, we paid $40. That's $14.75 went to debt. So $14.75 divided by $38.96 times 100. Oh, it's only a 1% increase from where we were, 37. Okay, so to calculate how much the percent of category to debt was, you take the total for that category, divide it by the amount that you paid off that month in debt, and then you multiply it times 100. So for example, for mortgage, we paid $13.17. We divide that by $14.75, and we multiply that times 100. That means that 89% of the money that we put towards debt this month went towards paying off our mortgage. So let's calculate the remaining two categories. Okay, so 8% went to our SUV payment and 3% went to student loan. Okay, let's do the savings. So for savings, we had, let's see, our savings challenge and our sinking funds. Because we did do it the first week, so we do have numbers for those. We spent $63 on the savings challenge, and we spent $230 on the sinking funds. So altogether this month we end up saving $293. So let's calculate the percent of income that we saved. So So $24.92. So $293 divided by $24.92 is times 12. I'm sorry, times 100, I think is 12%. Yeah, 12%. So 12% of our income went to savings. So let's see, to calculate how much of our savings went to each category, you take the amount that you spent on that total, divide it by 293, and multiply it times 100. So 63 divided by 293 times 100. So 22% went to savings challenge, so it means the rest went to sinking funds, which would be like what, 87%? No, 88%? No, 78%? 230 divided by 293 times 100, 78%. Okay, so final worksheet for the Where Did My Money Go is the monthly spending comparison. So we're going to start by looking at the earned income. I prefer to look at earned income versus inflow to see the change here. So in March, we earned $24.92 because we didn't add any money from Etsy. We only added David's paycheck and my YouTube income. And last month we had $39.68 for income. So let's see what the difference was there. So that is a negative difference of $14.76. Okay, so looking down here, by the way, rollover, since we have a negative amount here, I have no idea what to do down here. So I'm not going to write anything else beyond this point. Yeah, I just don't know what to do there. Okay, so coming back up here to bills. So in February, we spent 13% of our income on bills. In March, we spent 23% of our income on bills. So that is a difference of, we spent 10% more this month than we did last month of our income, but our income was significantly less. So actual number wise, it wasn't a great difference. Okay, so debt, we spent 33 and 38. So that is, we spent 5% more this month. On food, we spent 14% and then 26. So 26 minus 14. So we spent 12% more on food. Okay, gas, we spent 1% more on gas. Miscellaneous, we spent 11% more on miscellaneous. Spending, we spent exactly the same amount. Sinking funds, we spent 3% less this month than we did last month. And on savings challenge, we spent 4% more this month than we did last month. This is very interesting. One thing that's interesting is even though gas prices have gone up, the amount of our increase in our budget was just a 1% difference. Very interesting. Okay, friends, so that is it for March. I cannot tell you how excited I am to be done with March. I cannot wait to set up April. I actually get to set it up right now. You unfortunately can't see it until tomorrow. So if you're watching this video on Monday or after Monday, then you can watch it because it's already up. But if you haven't, but if it's on Sunday that you're watching this video, you'll need to come back tomorrow to see my April setup. It's going to be a good month. I'm so excited. I can't wait to share all the good news with you guys. Okay, friends, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, will you please give it a thumbs up? And I will see you all again next time. Bye, everyone.